one's for you. One voice in time. Yeah, we gonna lift it up, lift it up, lift it up. So many years have passed and you know they're still fooling me. That we are one people, one nation with one destiny. It's time we link our minds, make it reality. There are some politicians who don't want to see unity. With divide and rule and conquer, messing up we Guyana. One voice is the voice of the people. Let we make them know we only believe in racial harmony. Oneness, oneness, oneness. One voice is the voice of the people in love and unity. Just reach out and touch your brother man. We are all Guyanese. Together we like a football, kicking us from goal to goal. But listen, my people, we not taking anymore. And the end of our thing, get rid of it now. Just call me a Guyanese, of that I am proud. Hey, hey. One voice is the voice of the people. Let we make them know we only dealing with racial harmony. Oneness, oneness, oneness. One voice is the voice of the people in love and unity. Just reach out and touch your brother man. We are all Guyanese. Races of this nation, time to show that we are one. Enough manipulation. Come, let's unite the nation. It's a different time now. Hold up your head, let's shine now. Drop on it, stomp on it, jump on it, lift your voice and sing.
Fix the thing, man. Fix the thing, man.
One voice is the voice of the people. Let we make them know we only begin with racial harmony. Oneness, oneness, oneness. One voice is the voice of the people in love and unity. Just reach out and touch your brother man. We are all Guyanese. One voice is the voice of the people. Let we make them know we only begin with racial harmony. Oneness, oneness, oneness. One voice.
This is your News Source Evening Bulletin for today, Monday, the 14th day of July, in the year 2025. I'm Gordon Mosley reporting, and here is what we're tracking tonight. A Partnership for National Unity, the People's Progressive Party Civic, the Alliance for Change, and We Invest in Nationhood are among the 7 political parties that presented their list of candidates to the Guyana Elections Commission amid much celebration today at the Guyana. A total of 21 parties had submitted their political symbols ahead of nomination day with the hope of contesting the upcoming elections in September. But today, only 7 were able to present their list of candidates to GECOM. The Assembly for Liberty and Prosperity, Forward Guyana Movement, and Horizon and Star were the other parties that handed in lists today. Chief Election Officer Vishnu Prasad told reporters on the ground that the process was smoothly executed, with every party given an opportunity to have their list submitted for approval. He said now that those lists are in, the Election Secretariat will process those lists.
We are now required to process these lists to ensure that they meet the statutory requirements, and once they do, then they will be approved to contest the elections. If they don't, they will be given an opportunity to remedy the defects, and once those are remedied, then they will go forward to be approved to contest the elections.
Contesting parties had to submit 3 separate lists: the Geographical Constituency list, the National Top-Up list, and the Regional Democratic Council list. In order to qualify for a seat in the National Assembly, the contesting parties, according to the electoral system, must contest for a minimum of 6 of the geographical constituencies, and were therefore required to submit the geographical constituencies list and the national top-up list. Those lists, however, must comprise the names of registered electors who are eligible to be elected to the National Assembly and must be signed by no less than 150 nominators and not more than 175 nominators for each geographical constituency. Failure to meet those requirements could result in a list not being approved.
Again, to meet the statutory requirements, if it's a list of nominators, that the nominators for that list, first of all, they are registered as electors, and secondly, that they are not on somebody else's list, that they have not signed for more than one list. Nominators can sign for each list for the same party.
The GECOM Secretariat is expected to complete the processing of the list submitted, and in accordance with approved timelines, the 7-member Election Commission, led by retired Justice Claudette Singh, is expected to give the stamp of approval by Friday. The Chief Election Officer said once the lists have been approved, the Election Secretariat will initiate the process of printing the ballots, the statements of poll, and other electoral materials ahead of the September elections.
So we move to the designing of the ballot papers. Those are printed overseas. Meanwhile, we're doing our logistical work in preparation for the elections. Ballots come back. We do extraction for conduct of discipline services balloting, and then we pack ballot boxes to go for election day, September 1.
The discipline services will cast their ballots 10 days before the September 1 general election. Mr. Prasad said the Election Secretariat is satisfied that all systems are in place for the conduct of free and fair elections. He anticipates that preliminary results for the electoral divisions could be available by the night after the elections. More news coming up in just a moment.
It all starts with one. Maybe it's one look, you know the one, or one touch, even one word. I can start with one step, or one promise, one thrill, one first time, one deep breath, one leap of faith, one day to remember, or one night to forget. One moment, so many stories that make up one crazy, average, everyday, fabulous life. We get one life, just one. Make your move. It all starts with one.
Your own home is so much more than just 4 walls, floors, and ceilings. It's a lifetime of great memories and stories. Come talk to us and start your journey home today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Welcome back. A confident Aubrey Norton was first in line to hand in his party's list of candidates to the Guyana Elections Commission this morning, moments after the nomination day process opened. With a large band of supporters marching with him from Lamaha and Main Streets to the Umanayana in Kingston, the APNU presidential candidate said his party is ready for the elections and ready to take the seat of government. The APNU will be contesting in all 10 regions and has put forward candidates covering all the lists. Shortly after handing over his party's list to GECOM officials, Mr. Norton said his party's list is diverse and youthful. He said about 60% of the persons on the APNU's list are below the age of 40. The presidential candidate said the party's list has brought together youth experience and integrity. Among some of the new faces on the APNU's list are businessmen Dr. Terence Campbell and Psycho Andrews and attorneys Dexter Todd and Ronald Daniels.
So we have what I would call a well-balanced list. It has some grassroots people as well, because we believe there is need to be in touch with the average person. You have the professional persons, you you have political experience, you have youth, and it is our sincere hope that this commixation of people will allow us to run the country and run it effectively.
Mr. Norton said he believes the APNU can still appeal to not just its grassroots supporters, but also to the wider society. He said he is sure that his integrity cannot be questioned as he seeks the office of the president.
No one can question my integrity. I have been in public life since 1972 and was never involved in any illegalities or scandals. And so I'm saying to you, the entire list will appeal.
Norton said while today's nomination process went smoothly, there are still some concern about the Guyana Elections Commission and how it will be conducting the polls on the 1st of September. He said he is aware that his party was unable to get many of the changes that it was seeking with the electoral process.
It is not the first time in life you didn't get through with an objective. You set objectives, you work towards them, but there will always be cases where you don't get them. You are in a position where it's always 4-3, and therefore they will vote in favor. It's not a case, if it was a rational political system in which people had to be responsive to the concerns of the public, then it would have been a different outcome. But what you have is an authoritarian type state that has no interest in what the people think.
And on those who left his party, the APNU presidential candidate said he has already turned the page on that and has galvanized even more support for his party as it heads into the elections. The governing People's Progressive Party Civic says it is fully energized for the upcoming elections and believes its list of candidates is the winning one for the September polls. The PPP was the second party to hand in its list of candidates at the nomination day process this morning. Among some of the new names on the PPP's list of candidates are former Guyana Teachers Union President Dr. Mark Light, well-known cardiologist Dr. Mahendra Karpin, founder of the Liberty and Justice Party Lennox Schumann, and former leader of the New Movement Dr. Asha Kisun, along with University of Guyana lecturer Dr. Kofi Dalrymple. Former PNC reform members James Bond, Gita Chandan Edmond, and Tandai McAllister are among some of the other new names on the PPP's list. After handing in his party's list of candidates, President Irfan Ali said the PPP's list showcases experience, youth, and continuity.
The winning list is not only about the list, it's about performance. The PPP Civic has always put forward lists when we go to election that demonstrate who we are, the values that we stand for. Bringing people together, youth representation, women representation, farmers, professionals, doctors. We bring together all of Guyana. That is why we are so efficient. That is why we are results-driven, results-oriented, and that is why the PPP Civic has always achieved everything that we set ourselves to achieve.
He said his party will be campaigning on its record in office over the past 5 years. Meanwhile, the General Secretary of the PPP, Vice President Barra Jagdeo, said there are differences between the PPP and the other parties that will be contesting the polls. He told reporters that his party has a track record in office that it will be campaigning on.
The People's Progressive Party has a demonstrated track record of laying out well-laid, sustainable plans and implementing those. We have a track record of implementing what we promise. We have a clear vision for the future, and Guyana is excited about that vision.
The People's Progressive Party Civic regained office in 2020 with a one-seat majority following the highly controversial elections that took 5 months to be completed and resulted in a number of persons facing electoral fraud charges in the courts. Mr. Jagdeo said he believes that the PPP will be doing much better at the upcoming elections, and the party is pushing for a clear majority. He said 27 of the candidates on his party's list are under the age of 25, and he dismissed the chances of the other parties to topple his party at the upcoming polls.
Forget the policy. If you're choosing just on experience, and then Norton has never managed anything, Director of Finance never managed anything, Nigel Hughes, and the other one just managed criminal behavior. And so this is why it's a winning list.
Mr. Jagdeo was backed up by President Ali, who noted that the PPP made a deliberate attempt to prepare the next generation of leaders with its list of candidates. And the party leaders have said that while they are confident and while the energy is in their favor, they still encourage their supporters to continue to rally around the party and not become complacent ahead of Elections Day. Now to the Alliance for Change. Declaring that the Alliance for Change is back, presidential hopeful and AFC leader Nigel Hughes today said the AFC has amassed support in all 10 electoral districts and is ready to contest the general and regional elections as an independent party.
We are competing in all 10 regions in all 3 categories. We look forward to it. We're oversubscribed in almost every region. The AFC is back. This is the AFC of 2011. We are running alone and we stand and fall by the results that we get.
The Alliance for Change is among the 7 political parties that submitted their lists to GECOM today. This is the first time in 10 years that the AFC will be contesting the elections as an independent party. It contested the 2015 and 2020 elections as part of a coalition with a Partnership for National Unity and was hoping to contest the upcoming elections as a coalition for a third time, but the negotiations fell through. Noting that the party did the best it could to form a coalition, Mr. Hughes said the AFC is moving on and is doing so with a list that comprises almost 50% women.
Oh, we're better than that. We're close to 50%. And I will say this, anytime I'm blessed to be elected as president, 50% of my cabinet will be women. 50 or about. Oh, young people, of course. Half of the women will be young and half of the men will be young.
Businesswoman Kerry Gray Zandi and former minister under the APNU AFC government, Jaipal Sharma, are among the new faces on the party's list. The party, however, is yet to name its prime ministerial candidate. Mr. Hughes assured reporters that the prime ministerial candidate will be unveiled later this week. The party's list aside, Hughes reeled into the Guyana Elections Commission, accusing GECOM of being unfair. He said he hopes the Elections Commission changes its conduct ahead of the polls.
I don't know about expectations. What I can say is I hope GECOM changes its conduct from being unfair to at least having some semblance of fairness. As you know, they took a decision last week, Thursday, that the AFC was going to be the second party. They got a message and a photograph from a PPP member, and they changed that decision. I don't know if any other political party has the power to change the GECOM decision just by sending a photograph.
The AFC presidential candidate also said he wants the party's scrutineers to be present during the encoding of the names of candidates of the list in light of the recent challenges with GECOM. According to him, the party has been the most discriminated against, but will continue to push on as it gets set for the September 1 elections.
Your own home is so much more than just 4 walls, floors, and ceilings. It's a lifetime of great memories and stories. Come talk to us and start your journey home today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
New York City, summer is about to get hot. Saturday, August 2nd, SR Hamilton LLC presents Gospel Infusion. Featuring Samuel Medas, Psycho, Eddie Neblett, Sean Daniels out of Trinidad, Christelle Brandt, Sherilyn Maloney, DJ Kesta D,
Timothy Roberts,
and many more at the South Jamaica Multi-Service Center, 11402 Guy R. Brewer Boulevard, Queens, New York. Gates open at 4 p.m., showtime 5 p.m. Get your super early bird tickets for only $50. General admission $70. Pay more at the gate, and limited VIP $100 all inclusive. Come and experience the outpouring of God's grace Saturday, August 2nd. For more information, visit Gospel Infusion on Facebook and Instagram.
Washi. Hi people. Washing made so easy since I found Washi. Washing me use wash me clothes and I can say wash your soap powder, wash clothes so nice. Wash your soap powder, leave your clothes color bright. Wash your soap powder, leave me clothes smelling nice, of course. So give thanks to Washi Soap Powder for doing my laundry right. Keep my clothes color bright, have my clothes smelling nice for sure. I could not ask for more. Comes in lemon and original. It is a washing machine in a pack. Washi Soap Powder, wash clothes so nice. Washi Soap Powder, leave your clothes color bright. Washi Soap Powder, have my clothes smelling nice, of course.
Distributors located in the Stabrook Market.
Formed We Invest in Nationhood party headed by billionaire businessman Azruddin Mohammed will be contesting in all 10 administrative regions in its maiden elections voyage. With a wave of supporters dressed in the party's royal blue, Mohammed handed in his list for the upcoming elections this afternoon and said he is confident of doing well. The party is hoping that its appeal to younger voters will do the trick to get it into government. Speaking to reporters just after handing in the list of candidates, Mr. Mohammed said he has been listening to the concerns of citizens across the country in the past few months, and that listening tour is guiding his party's policies and priorities.
Well, as you know, I traveled the length and breadth of this country, and I listened to concerns from tens of thousands of my fellow Guyanese brothers and sisters. So based on that, that is how we'll put the policies out there very shortly, in a timely manner. Just be patient. We want to get over with this first.
Among the persons on the Win Party's list of candidates are former APNU AFC members of Parliament Dawn Hastings-Williams, Natasha Singh, and Tabitha Sarabu-Halley. ANOG leader Dr. Mark Franz, and Region 10 Vice Chairman and former AFC member Mark Goring. Former GECOM official Duarte Hitzberger, who was relieved of his duties at the commission just over 3 years ago, is also a candidate for the Win Party. The Win presidential candidate dodged repeated questions on his party's policies. He said a full manifesto will be coming out soon. However, he said he's not bluffing his way to the presidency.
The priority area is to invest in the people, to uplift the lives of the people, because every sector in this country is rotten. Every sector.
Yes, sir. How are you going to go about it?
We will invest in the people. 59 years, no electricity, no water, housing. Persons can't even get access to their house lots. They claim 50,000 house lots, yet thousands of persons can't even locate, can't even go to their house lots.
As he focuses on the office of the president, Mohammed remains under the cloud of those U.S. sanctions that were instituted by the U.S. Treasury Department against him, his father, their businesses, and Government Permanent Secretary May Thomas last year. He said those sanctions are about him and his companies, and he does not believe they will hinder his electoral chances.
The sanctions matter when it comes to my businesses, Mohammed's Enterprise and Hattie's World Incorporated.
The Win presidential candidate said he does not believe that he's putting the country at risk. He said it is the incumbent government that is putting the country at risk, and he dismissed allegations of being tied to the Venezuelan government. He accused the government of Guyana of spending millions of dollars in taxpayers' money to push that claim. Mohammed said he will continue to travel across the country in preparation for the elections and will also continue to represent the voice of the citizens in the run-up to the September polls. Up the status quo, the Assembly for Liberty and Prosperity, headed by Simona Brooms, and the Forward Guyana Movement, headed by Amanza Walton Desir, submitted their separate lists of candidates to the Guyana Elections Commission to contest the upcoming elections. Forward Guyana Movement presidential candidate Amanza Walton Desir said the movement is not about window dressing, but about real change. According to her, that change is coming.
And this is why we keep saying that our agenda is to disrupt, because we are not into window dressing. We have a collection of people, as you can see by my brother Shazam, who's all the way from 79 village under quarantine. So we'll not do the optics for the optics' sake. What we're looking for are people with the spirit and the heart to forward the agenda that we have for Guyana. And that is to build a country where there is inclusivity, there is equity, and where there is a multiplicity of representation in Parliament. We are deeply concerned that for the last 60 years, we have been doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result.
Walton Desir, APNU AFC Member of Parliament, said approximately 67% of her party's list is made up of women. She said with limited resources, including manpower, the party has been able to pull support from 7 of the 10 regions and will be contesting in those 7 regions. The Forward Guyana movement will not be contesting the elections in Region 7, 8 and 9. Meanwhile, sporting her party's color, blue, ALP's presidential candidate Simona Brooms chanted for her party as she proceeded to the Umaniyana to present her party's list of candidates to the Elections Commission. The ALP, she said, will be contesting the elections in 6 of the electoral districts as required by law. The party will not be contesting the elections in regions 1, 2, 8 and 9. The ALP was hoping to contest in all 10 regions. However, according to Brooms, while the party started the process of acquiring candidates and nominators in those 4 districts, it encountered challenges when GECOM took a decision to update the nomination form at the last minute. But she said her party's candidates are ready. Ms. Brooms, who's a former minister under the APNU AFC government, said the ALP will be the voice of the voiceless for the upcoming election.
Your own home is so much more than just 4 walls, floors, and ceilings. It's a lifetime of great memories and stories. Come talk to us and start your journey home today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
New York City, summer is about to get hot. Saturday, August 2nd, SR Hamilton LLC presents Gospel Infusion. Featuring Samuel Medas, Psycho, Eddie Neblett, Sean Daniels out of Trinidad, Christelle Brandt, Sherilyn Maloney, DJ Kesta D,
Timothy Roberts,
and many more at the South Jamaica Multi-Service Center, 11402 Guy R. Brewer Boulevard, Queens, New York. Gates open at 4 p.m., showtime 5 p.m. Get your super early bird tickets for only $50. General admission $70. Pay more at the gate, and limited VIP $100 all inclusive. Come and experience the outpouring of God's grace Saturday, August 2nd. For more information, visit Gospel Infusion on Facebook and Instagram.
Washi. Hi people. Washing made so easy since I found Washi. Washi me use wash me clothes and I can say Washi soap powder wash clothes so nice. Washi soap powder leave your clothes color bright. Washi soap powder leave me clothes smelling nice, of course. So give thanks to Washi soap powder for doing my laundry right. Keep my clothes color bright. Have my clothes smelling nice for sure. I could not ask for more. Comes in lemon and original. It is a washing machine in a pack. Washi soap powder wash clothes so nice. Washi soap powder leave your clothes color bright. Washi soap powder have my clothes smelling nice, of course.
Distributors located in the Stabrook Market.
PPP campaign launch on Sunday. As thousands gathered at the Kitty Market on Sunday afternoon for the launch of the governing party's election campaign, President Irfan Ali said the large gathering should be seen as just a rehearsal for all that will take place on Elections Day. Taking the stage through a charged atmosphere, the president said the PPP has stood the test of time and remains a tried and tested party. He said his government has delivered on its promises. According to the president, the last 5 years marked the start of a greater journey that he believes will continue with a greater mandate from the people.
So I'm happy to say to you that I have been elected in our ranks to serve as the presidential candidate, ably assisted by my brother Nigel. He will be our prime ministerial candidate. And I know what you were going to say, oh, what about the mix? And this is why we keep saying that our agenda is to disrupt. Because we're not into window dressing. We have a collection of people, as you can see by my brother Shazam, who's all the way from 79 village under quarantine. So we'll not do the optics for the optics' sake. What we're looking for are people with the spirit and the heart to forward the agenda that we have for Guyana. And
the president told supporters that the margin of victory depends on party supporters showing up in their numbers to the polls on Elections Day.
You did not just show up, you showed the whole country today that Kitty is ready, Guyana is ready to deliver the biggest victory ever for the People's Progressive Party today. When I see this sea of people right here in Kitty, I know, and you know, the PPPC is unstoppable.
And he described the PPP as stronger than ever before. He said the founders and stalwarts of the party must be proud.
It too does not work, and we have to change it. And that change starts with making sure that more parties are represented in the National Assembly.
Contesting in all regions.
We are contesting in 7 of the 10 regions, all except regions 7, 8, and 9. And of course, I was saying earlier, Nazima, that this movement is less than 21 days old, and we have been able to raise candidates in 7 out of 10.
But with a new look, new style, with the same great taste in the 250 ml can, everybody run out now. Go and go grab one. Me charge up with a turbo 250 ml at your favorite spot. Wait, sell. New look, new can, same vibes. Jinxing, energize up your life. Vibes up, work time, anytime we are turn up the party with turbo can. Turbo can, turbo can, turbo can. Now available in the new 250 ml can. Turbo energy drink. Charge up today.
The EDGE series comes alive this July in Guyana. 3 sporting disciplines, 3x3 basketball, table tennis, and criterium racing. Teams from across regions compete for a total prize pool of over $2.5 million and the title of champion. The EDGE series. Are you on the edge?
And I'ma do it again. Watch me.
Guyana's economy is rapidly transforming, and we're all part of it. Guyoil is at the forefront of this development by providing reliable and efficient energy and supporting community development from the very core. 100% of Guyoil's profit goes back to building schools, roads, and other important infrastructure that connects our cities and towns, providing fuel to domestic, marine, industrial, and aerial transportation. Guy Oil has now repositioned itself as market leader in the petroleum industry, building a better future for all of us.
With your regional and international news tonight, I am Svetlana Marshall in the region. Since the April 28 general election, which saw the United National Congress, UNC, form the new government, Trinidad and Tobago has recorded 81 murders, raising the total count for 2025 to 208 killings as of Sunday. Though the total is lower than the 307 killings recorded up to the same period in 2024, the continued deadly violence in the country has raised concerns among national security experts, criminologists, and Minister of Homeland Security Roger Alexander. The minister is asking that citizens be patient, as he has promised that government will address the crime crisis. The 81 deaths figure recorded this year is lower than the figure for the same period between April 28, 2024, when the murder toll was 179, and July 12, 2024, when the toll was 308, which results in 129 homicides. As of April 28, there were 127 killings reported in the country. Crime and justice reform were an integral part of the UNC's 2025 manifesto, and several promises were made to treat with the number of murders and reports of serious crimes. Ecuadorian gang leader Jose Marcias, known as Fito, on Friday accepted a court's request to be extradited to the United States to face drug and gun charges. Marcias, who escaped from prison in January 2024, was recaptured in late June by security forces in the coastal city of Manta and transferred to a maximum security prison. Marcias accepting the extradition request will speed up the process, now moving on to the presidency for confirmation before authorities can coordinate with their U.S. counterparts to negotiate the handover. Rejecting the extradition request would have kicked off a potentially months-long process before the head of the National Court of Justice ruled whether or not to hand him over. In Ecuador, Macias was serving a 34-year sentence for various crimes, including drug trafficking, organized crime, and murder. Macias will face 7 charges, including for drug and arms trafficking in a U.S. federal court in Brooklyn, New York. These charges were announced months before his recapture. And finally tonight, international news. The U.S. aviation regulator has said fuel control switches in Boeing airplanes are safe following their reported involvement in a fatal Air India crash that killed 260 people in June. The safety of the switches has become a key point of concern after a preliminary report on the disaster was released by investigators on Friday. That report said fuel to the Boeing 7878 Dreamliner engines was cut off moments after takeoff from the airport and highlighted past FAA reports that suggested the switches should be inspected for safety. In an email seen by the BBC, Air India's chief executive warned against jumping to premature conclusions following the report's publication. The disaster involving London-bound Flight 171 was one of the worst aviation incidents globally in almost a decade. And that's your news source bulletin for tonight. I'm Svetlana Marshall, wishing you a pleasant evening.